All right, last video about the paper one assignment. And again, once I go through this, if you have further questions or things that aren't clear, and you very well may, use that practical questions thread to ask those questions. And the reason to use that, rather than email me directly, is that many people will have the same questions, and it gives others an opportunity to answer if they know, but also gives everyone an opportunity to see my answers. So if we go back to the course materials page, you'll see that you can access the paper assignment anywhere that material is due for. So the article submission for the paper assignment due on September 26th has the link there, and then the submission box for the paper itself also has the link. So if we open that up, so 130 points. The purpose of this paper is to make sure that you can do a number of things. It's a skill building paper, and it's not a paper as much as a critical thinking assignment. You're actually not going to write this in any kind of paper format. There'll be multiple sections to the assignment when you hand it in, and they actually can be, each section can actually be done in bullet points if you want. Full sentences and well-explained sentences, but bullet points. This doesn't have to be paragraph formation. So the purpose of this is to make sure that you can use our library databases to find a peer-reviewed article. To make sure you understand what a peer-reviewed article is and that you can find one. It's to make sure that you can begin to be able to read the research presented in peer-reviewed articles and demonstrate that you can understand what they're reporting out, and also that you can respond to it in critical ways. And so that is the goal. Those are the goals for the paper. And it also, the other goal for the paper is to make sure you can distinguish the quality and validity, accuracy of a peer-reviewed article and information in it from other kinds of sources that most of us rely on daily, specifically internet resources. And so, so for this paper, you're going to need to read this first page, which kind of teaches you some about peer-reviewed articles. And there are links in here about how to find a peer-reviewed article down here at the bottom. And then this first link up here is about how to determine whether a website is a reliable and accurate source or not. So make sure you're clicking on both of these links and reading through them. This first page really is instructional. And then the second page of the assignment really is where you start getting, being told, where I tell you what you need to do, and that's what we're going to focus on here. And so you're going to use the library to find your peer-reviewed article. You need to find an article, and you need to submit that to me at this Dropbox by the 26th for my approval. Some of you may get that wrong, and then you'll have to just redo it. So there's no penalty for trying. But the earlier you do that, the better off you are, right? So, so that's the first step of the assignment. And then you need to use Google to find two websites. One that you're going to determine according to that library page that I have on the first page, that it is good for academic use, and one that is not good for academic use. And then you're going to have three different sections of the paper, one for each of those three resources. And so for the peer-reviewed article, you're going to answer these three questions. What type of research do the authors carry out? What data collection methods do they use? And why peer-reviewed articles are trusted? And what specifically about the article you read makes it a good choice? And again, you can have a section that says peer-reviewed article here, and then answer in bullets if you want. Just make sure you're writing in full sentences. And then for the two websites, you're going to answer these four questions that you see here. Is there evidence that they're using objective evidence? Is there evidence that they're relying on representative samples? Who's their intended audience, and who can access the article? And overall, how does the source compare? This last question should be a meaty answer. You shouldn't just say, yes, they're about the same, or they're different, right? You have to explain your ideas here. You're going to present the paper by source, so three different sections in one document. You're going to give me the URLs for your websites, and you're going to give me a copy of your peer-reviewed article along with the paper in your final submission. You can see the kind of rough rubric that we have at the bottom. You're going to need to use APA style for your reference page. You don't need to use APA style for the rest of the paper. You will in paper 2, but you don't need to here. So that first submission is just for the peer-reviewed article for my approval on the 26th of September. and then on October 10th, you're going to submit the whole paper. Okay, so take a look at this. Don't wait till the last minute to look at things. There is information here in the later pages of this document that show you how to create an APA-style citation for a peer-reviewed article. There's also links to sources that can help you with that as well. But for now, I would, sooner rather than later, take a look at this link on the first page for how to find a peer-reviewed article and go ahead and start that process. Okay? All right, that's the end of our videos for the orientation, and hopefully all of this gets you on a good start, and again, post questions about anything that you don't quite understand.